The Hill. Good morning to you, Niall. I know that for a lot of people, these might be surprising statements, but the White House mentioned that they have been very clear on their stance, that they have not said anything that they haven't said before. So when President Biden is referencing the fact that this is the commitment we made to the one China policy, what is the promise from America about defending Taiwan?
First of all, Adrian, I don't think the White House's suggestion that this is an unchanged policy is really accurate. President Biden has gone further this morning than that policy normally provides for. That policy provides for the United States to offer military assistance to Taiwan in defending itself. Now, that isn't what President Biden has said this morning. He has suggested that the US itself would get directly involved in that scenario. That is a difference, albeit one that the White House, I think, is trying to walk back.
And obviously, this is about sending a strong message to China, especially in light of the fact that Vladimir Putin has invaded Ukraine and they don't want a repeat of history, right?
Yes, very much so. I mean, President Biden's whole view of global affairs is that China represents a huge threat to the United States. It's an adversary. He wants to be as muscular as possible in that stance, not just on issues like Taiwan, but, for example, this new trading bloc that has just been announced with 13 nations signed up, sort of as a counterweight to Chinese influence in that region.
But in regards to trying to keep history from repeating itself, what does it mean to say that President Biden would actually use boots on the ground in Taiwan, but wouldn't in Ukraine?
Well, I mean, that's a great question, and that's the key question. This answer that he gave this morning was in response to exactly that framing. Will you do something in Taiwan that you wouldn't in Ukraine? And he said yes. Now, that's going to cause quite a lot of discombobulation in the White House, I would imagine, because why would you say that? In the instance of Ukraine, Russia invaded. It's absolutely clear cut. And yet, President Biden has sought to retain this line where the US will offer assistance but not put boots on the ground. In the hypothetical example of Taiwan, he appears to be erasing that red line. And right now, the White House behind the scenes seems to be trying to paint that red line back in again.
Do we have any indication what U.S. voters would respond to in terms of another conflict that America is involved in on foreign soil? I mean, you've got the economy where it is today. You have the post-pandemic, or rather the COVID era issues that we're all still reeling from. And then you have Ukraine. So, I mean, to have a conflict in an area that's not top of mind for most Americans, are voters going to be pleased with this? Are they going to speak up about this?
I think the answer is in the framing of your question, Adrian. I mean, there's so much else on Americans' minds on the home front, never mind the war in Ukraine. Of course, the war in Ukraine intersects with the home front because it contributes to high gas prices and things of that nature. And as you say, the issue of Taiwan, which is a complicated and nuanced issue, is not one that I think is being discussed over many Americans' kitchen tables on a regular basis. So whether we'd really appreciate US troops getting involved in any conflict that would erupt there, that seems a very stretched proposition to me.
And a hard sell, obviously, for a lot of Americans, even if the purposes and the intents are big picture and, of course, with good intention. Niall Stange, always good to see you, especially early on a Monday morning. What a treat. Thank you.
Always good, Adrian. Take care.
You too. Let's check in on the stock market right now. We kick off a new week of trading futures. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.